Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel, where the quietest secrets of Port Charles often explode into the loudest scandals. As October 29 unfolds, the tension that has been simmering within the walls of the Quartermain mansion finally detonates. Veronica Bard, known to many as Ronnie, stands at the center of a storm she can no longer control. What began as a seemingly harmless inheritance dispute has evolved into a chess match of betrayal, manipulation, and broken loyalties that may destroy one of the most powerful families in the city. The facade of tradition and wealth that has protected the Quartermains for generations begins to crack, revealing the ugly truth beneath it, and it all starts with a single signature on a forged will. Ronnie's decision to sell the Quartermain estate was supposed to be a quiet, calculated act of practicality, at least, that's what she told herself. But in truth, it was an act of survival. For weeks, she had been under the thumb of Martin Gray, a man who understood too well how to twist desperation into obedience. He didn't need to threaten her life, he only needed to threaten her legacy. Veronica's connection to Monica Quartermain, the woman she had once called sister, was the one secret she had guarded all her life. The world believed Monica's sister had vanished decades ago, lost to scandal and heartbreak. No one knew that Veronica had returned under a new name, reinvented and determined to rebuild what she lost. Yet Martin found out, and with that knowledge, he owned her. The Quartermains had survived corporate wars, family betrayals, and countless funerals, but nothing prepared them for betrayal from within. Monica, still recovering from her own losses, believed Ronnie's arrival at the mansion was a chance for reconciliation. Instead, she watched in disbelief as her sister stood before the family and declared the property would be sold, not to a charity, not to a museum, but to Drew Kane, a man already distrusted by half of Port Charles. For Monica, it wasn't about the house, it was about the symbol it represented. The mansion was the last tangible piece of her family's history, the one thing she had promised Alan she would protect. To see her own sister tear that away felt like watching the final chapter of the Quartermain story being ripped apart. But Ronnie's reasons weren't simple greed. Martin Gray's manipulation went far deeper than threats of exposure. He promised her something she couldn't resist, the illusion of redemption. If she helped him move the property, he would erase her past, covering the trail of old crimes that could still send her to prison. He made her believe she was protecting herself, when in reality, she was destroying everything she ever wanted to save. In her desperation, she signed the papers. Now, with the deed nearly complete, the walls are closing in. Dante Falconeri, who had been investigating the string of suspicious property transfers around Port Charles, sensed something larger brewing beneath the surface. The Quartermain sale wasn't an isolated event, it was part of a pattern of money laundering, front companies, and forged documents all tracing back to Martin. And when Dante brought his findings to Lulu Spencer, their partnership reignited old tensions. Lulu, ever impulsive, wanted to confront Monica immediately. Dante, more methodical, urged patience. But patience has never been Lulu's strength, especially when it comes to protecting what she believes is right. Their investigation puts them on a collision course with the Quartermaines, forcing them to choose between loyalty to the law and loyalty to old friends. Meanwhile, Michael Corinthos finds himself once again straddling the line between justice and strategy. He's been watching the Quartermaine chaos unfold from the sidelines, but he knows when opportunity strikes. For Michael, family loyalty often comes second to control, and if the mansion falls into Drew's hands, it could shift the balance of power in ways he can't afford. Whispers around Port Charles suggest he's working behind the scenes, using his father Sonny's influence to pressure Drew into revealing the real buyer. Some even suspect Michael is setting a trap, a classic Corinthos move, to expose both Martin and Ronnie in one devastating blow. As the sun sets on that Wednesday, tension simmers like a pot about to boil over. Monica retreats to Alan's old study, the air thick with nostalgia and fury. She recalls every argument, every promise made within those walls, and realizes how many times the Quartermaines have been betrayed by their own. Tracy, however, refuses to mourn. She's too angry, too proud. If Ronnie wants a war, Tracy is ready to give her one. The matriarch begins rallying her allies, Ned, Brooke Lynn, even Olivia, determined to stop the sale at all costs. Her methods are rarely moral, but always effective. And this time, she vows, no outsider will dismantle her family's legacy. At the same time, Ronnie begins to crumble. Alone in her hotel suite, she replays every decision that brought her here. Her alliance with Martin feels like a noose tightening around her neck. She knows that once the sale is final, she will be disposable, and Martin will ensure she disappears again, just as she did years ago. But there's another layer of guilt haunting her, the truth about the forged will. It wasn't Martin who drafted it. It was Ronnie. She did it under duress, but her signature made it real. The guilt festers until it threatens to consume her. Every shadow in her room feels like Monica's ghost staring back, whispering, "You've done this before." Meanwhile, Dante's investigation takes a dark turn. Evidence surfaces that Martin used falsified medical records to manipulate the courts into approving the sale. The supposed will Monica signed was never notarized, and the witness signatures belonged to dead men. Lulu and Dante rush to stop the transaction, but Martin is already a step ahead. He's moved the funds offshore, and Drew's name is merely a placeholder in a shell company. The revelation sends shockwaves across Port Charles, pulling in unexpected players, including Sonny, who realizes the laundering operation might be linked to one of his own shell corporations. Suddenly, what began as a family squabble transforms into a full-blown criminal conspiracy. Back at the mansion, Michael confronts Drew, demanding the truth. Drew, cornered, admits that he had suspicions about Martin's offer but ignored them in hopes of securing a foothold for Aurora Media's next expansion. He thought buying the mansion would symbolize reconciliation, a merging of old Quartermaine wealth with new Corinthos influence. Instead, he's now implicated in one of the largest fraud cases Port Charles has seen in years. The fallout threatens to destroy his career, his friendship with Monica, and his already fragile reputation. But the true heart of the chaos is Ronnie. When she finally returns to the mansion, she finds herself standing in the grand hall where portraits of her ancestors hang, a family she betrayed to protect herself. Monica is waiting. There are no words exchanged, only a long, heavy silence that says everything. Ronnie realizes then that no threat, no amount of money, can undo what she's done. The house she sold wasn't just a building, it was a sanctuary built on generations of resilience. Her signature didn't just transfer ownership, it severed bloodlines. Outside, the storm finally breaks over Port Charles, thunder echoing through the night. Dante arrests Martin, but not before he smirks and tells Lulu that they've only uncovered the first layer. There are others, people more powerful, more dangerous, pulling the strings. Martin may go to prison, but the machine he helped build will keep moving. And in that instant, Lulu understands that the Quartermain scandal isn't just about one house. It's about control, of money, legacy, and truth itself. As dawn breaks, the Quartermain mansion remains standing, battered but unbroken. The sale has been halted for now, but the family's unity has never been weaker. Tracy plots her next move. Michael watches from the shadows. Monica prays for peace that never comes. And Veronica Bard, the woman who tried to bury her past, walks away from the house for what may be the last time, leaving behind more ghosts than she can ever outrun. Port Charles has seen many storms, but few have struck this close to home. For every lie exposed, another one lurks beneath. And as the Quartermains lick their wounds, a new threat waits on the horizon, one that promises to test the limits of loyalty, love, and legacy once again. Would you like me to write a *** 2000 character open-ending * teasing what could happen next, for your YouTube narration or continuation?